Good day to everyone who is joining us, and welcome to this session titled Evidence for Climate Resilient and Sustainable Transport Systems in Africa. This event is part of the Evidence for Climate Action Pavilion at COP30, and it's organized by Independent Development Evaluation at the African Development Bank. Before we begin, we'd like to let you know that English and French interpretation is available. You can access it by clicking the globe icon in your Zoom toolbar and selecting your preferred language. Also, please feel free to use the chat to share your comments and to post your questions. And afterwards, our speakers are going to respond to as many of them as they can. So before we start, I'd like to introduce our speakers for today. First, we have Mr. Joseph Mwanda, the Chief Evaluation Officer at IDEV, who will present the key findings and lessons from IDEV's evaluation of the AfDB support to the transport sector. And after that, he'll be followed by Mr. Neji Labi, Principal Urban Mobility Officer at the African Development Bank as well. And he will bring the operational perspective to reflect on what the findings mean for the bank's work. And afterwards, we will have a session where the speakers will respond to your questions and answers. I'm going to share their bios and the resources related to these evaluations in the chat. So please check for that and download them from the links that I will post. So Joseph, now I invite you to make your presentation. Welcome.
Merci Christine. Bonjour et bon après-midi à toutes et à tous. C'est pour moi un grand plaisir de participer à cette session de la COP30 sur les données probantes pour les systèmes de transport résilients au climat et durables en Afrique. Aujourd'hui, je vais partager les enseignements de notre récente évaluation du soutien de la Banque africaine de développement au secteur des transports sur la période 2012-2023. Notre objectif ici est d'apporter des données probantes sur ce qui fonctionne et sur ce qui doit changer pour que les systèmes de transport de l'Afrique soient véritablement résilients au climat, inclusifs et durables. Nous avons évalué 258 opérations de transport dans 44 pays, représentant près de 19 milliards de dollars américains. Et notre évaluation a couvert tous les principaux modes de transport, à savoir les routes, le rail, le maritime, l'aérien et le transport urbain, et a évalué le soutien financier et non financier de la banque. En termes méthodologiques, l'évaluation a utilisé une approche mixte fondée sur la théorie et des sources de preuves multiples, combinant ainsi l'analyse de portefeuille, l'analyse documentaire, les études de cas, les évaluations groupées et l'analyse géospatiale pour évaluer un peu les impacts. Il est toutefois important de noter que nos conclusions ont éclairé le nouveau plan d'action pour les transports durables de la banque sur la période 2025-2029, influençant ainsi les futurs investissements dont une mobilité intelligente face au climat. Il convient de rappeler le rôle crucial du secteur des transports en ce sens qu'il est l'épine dorsale de la croissance et de la résilience climatique de l'Afrique. Il stimule le commerce régional, la compétitivité économique et l'accès à l'emploi, au marché, à l'éducation et à la santé, en particulier pour les communautés rurales. Pourtant, les systèmes de transport africains restent vulnérables aux inondations, au stress climatique, au stress thermique et à l'érosion, tout en faisant face à une urbanisation rapide et à la congestion. Par conséquent, des corridors de transport résilients, sobres en carbone et bien entretenus sont essentiels pour préserver les acquis du développement. L'évaluation a montré que grâce aux investissements de la Banque africaine de développement, des corridors stratégiques comme Mombasa-Addis ou Arusha-Taveta-Voi ont transformé la connectivité régionale, réduisant les temps de trajet et multipliant le commerce jusqu'à 400%. Les images satellitaires nocturnes parlent d'elles-mêmes. La lumière s'intensifie autour des corridors modernisés et des postes frontaliers réhabilités, signe d'une activité économique locale en plein essor. Des initiatives comme le BTR de Dar es Salaam prouvent qu'un transport urbain structuré peut changer le visage d'une ville, réduisant la congestion, améliorant la mobilité, offrant des solutions durables pour tous. Enfin, les postes frontaliers à guichet unique, comme celui de Kazungula, ont accéléré les procédures et réduit les paiements informels, renforçant ainsi la connectivité régionale. Toutefois, l'évaluation a révélé que malgré de solides réalisations, la durabilité reste la plus grande contrainte. Le sous-financement de l'entretien entraîne une détérioration prématurée des routes. Les mesures de résilience climatique sont souvent conçues, mais pas mises en œuvre dans les normes techniques. Les retards persistants dans les procédures de passation de marché et les indemnisations augmentent à la fois les coûts et la vulnérabilité climatique. La leçon à tirer ici est que l'entretien doit être traité comme un investissement essentiel et non comme une réflexion après coup, car le négligé érode à la fois la résilience climatique et le rapport qualité-prix. L'évaluation a révélé que le genre est important dans les transports, car les besoins des transports diffèrent selon le genre. Les femmes, en raison des rôles sociaux distincts, ont souvent des trajets plus et dépendent davantage des transports, du secteur du transport majoritairement masculin. Cela engendre des réels. La mobilité des femmes est souvent restreinte à l'accessibilité, d'adéquation de services et surtout préoccupations liées à la sécurité. Ces sont particulièrement prononcées lorsqu'ils sont intégrés. Les effets sont un transport sûr, autonome, stimule l'économie et améliore le bien-être. Les principes liés au genre sont dans les transports africains, dans le diapo précédent. Ensemble, il y a des OK. Dans l'ensemble, bien que le projet est différé par leur portée, ils ont en commun de pleinement atteint leurs objectifs en matière d'égalité ou d'inclusion de genre. L'évaluation révèle les efforts d'intégration se concentrent en amont aux actions, mais manquent lors de l'exécution et du suivi des projets. Explique en grande partie l'orientation institutionnelle sans objectif ni données désagrégées, en matière d'inclusion diffuse et difficile à appliquer. En définitive, importante les femmes à travers des initiatives liées au transport non motorisé sans rester largement sous-exploitées. Des données 5 leçons pratiques et
Joseph,
la première.
Joseph, sorry, your audio is breaking a little bit. Maybe just check the microphone. Thank you.
Okay, maybe it can be the connection issue. Donc, je disais que des données probantes, 5 leçons pratiques émergent. La première, intégrer la résilience climatique dès la conception, en utilisant des cartes de risque et des matériaux résistants, les impacts climatiques des projets. Deuxième, considérer l'entretien et non comme une action de suivi, protéger le capital existant et garantir la structure. Troisièmement, promouvoir la modalité et la mobilité urbaine, le développement des bus à haut niveau de service, les transports non, le fret ferroviaire. Quatrièmement, concevoir des systèmes centrés sur les usagers, notamment les femmes et les travailleurs du secteur informel, pour améliorer l'équité, la sécurité et l'inclusion. Enfin, renforcer les capacités d'exécution locale pour réduire les retards, améliorer la qualité des projets et assurer leur durabilité à long terme. Il convient donc de passer d'approches fragmentées à des systèmes intégrés en planifiant, finançant et en traitant les infrastructures de transport comme des corridors interconnectés et non comme des projets isolés. Combiner les sources de financement en associant les financements publics, concessionnels, climatiques et les capitaux privés, non seulement pour les nouvelles infrastructures, mais aussi pour l'entretien et la modernisation des réseaux existants. Développer les partenariats publics-privés et la finance mixte en les étendant au port, à la logistique, au fret ferroviaire et à la mobilité urbaine, et pas uniquement aux autoroutes. Et enfin, soutenir les gouvernements dans la standardisation des normes techniques résilientes au climat, afin que la résilience devienne la norme et non l'exception, dans la planification et la mise en œuvre des projets. Je vous remercie de votre attention.
Thank you very much, Joseph. I will now quickly pass on to Neji. Neji, please come in and you can give us more the operational perspective and the link between the evidence and what you've been doing in the transport sector. Over to you.
Thank you, Christine and Joseph, for the very nice presentation. And I think let's commence by the different issues after this evaluation noted in this presentation. I think as operational in the bank, we know very well that climate resilience is something new in the bank, and we are now let's say it's a priority in our projects to have the team of climate change with us to push like gender, like environment forward to the solution for the climate resilience for our infrastructure projects, especially roads, railway and ports. But really the design phase, which is very important for our projects, that we arrive at the end of the design and we work with mature projects. So in the design phase, I think this is very an issue, and we have to enforce our government and come to them with technical assistance to put this resilience of climate change in the design phase. That can also will be very helpful to come over these different issues. I think many projects in this presentation, we work together with the climate change people, and we are going to, let's say, the lowest mode in terms of emission to hybrid modes like bus, BRTs, tramways, which is 100% electric. And we are going also in urban areas, which is very congested, as we know in our big cities in Africa. We are going to use the new systems, ITS, and the technologies to reduce congestion, so we reduce also emission. And we are looking to the implementation and introduction of the new hybrid system for taxis and informal systems in our cities, which is very important to the reduction of emission and is very resilient in terms of climate change. Also, the bank is investing a lot for the future with the Strategic Urban Development Action Plan and the Strategic Transportation Action Plan for the next 5 years. till 2030, the question of climate change is very important, and we are working to improve the quality of the projects in terms of reduction of the effects of climate change in our infrastructure and also in our using modes in our cities, in our countries, and helping the governments also to, with assistance, we have new funders who can help cities to to make urban planning in their cities with the new tools and technologies. And this fund is called Urban and Municipal Development Fund. Is working since 2020 now, and many cities are getting, let's say, the different tools of planning, because if you know our cities well, we have difficulties to get some master plans, urban master plans, urban strategic urban plans, etc. And we are here to help them to get this. And in this, with these tools, I think the major part of the investment is to get the resilience with climate change, environment, and low emission transport modes, etc. So I think, thank you very much, Joseph, for this evaluation. And I think the next evaluation will find this different activities concerning by the climate change in your evaluation, that it's very introduced, and the bank is willing to do and to invest a lot with infrastructure with the lowest impact in terms of climate change. Christine, now I think I didn't see so many questions. I think if there is any question from here.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Neji. Yeah, as we wait, participants, please feel free to post your questions in the chat and we'll get to them. But as we wait, maybe Neji could weigh in on the issue of maintenance. I think a part of the issues that emerge in the evaluations related to maintenance systems being under-resourced. What combination of measures can realistically improve maintenance in the short term?
Short term, I think no, long term. Long term. Yeah. The issue of the maintenance for our infrastructure in Africa is the absence of funds, and many let's say multilateral development banks, the bank, African Bank, and the World Bank, they put in many countries the, let's say, the maintenance funds in many countries, and they work a few years, and then there is no funds in these funds. So the problem is there, that we are collecting some funds from fuel, from taxes, from anything, but at the end the fund will not get this money because there is other priorities for our countries. As you know, they need funds for health, for education, for many things. So the funds, they found themselves, let's say, empty. And I think we are thinking about many solution to get these funds working well as they were, let's say, built, because infrastructure without maintenance is going to disappear very soon. In terms of roads, we have 30 years of aging for an infrastructure like roads or railways, but without maintenance, this is reduced to 10 years. It depends on the areas and the climate. This is very important, and I think the bank is working. We have right now with our department, we are thinking to launch a study for this maintenance improvement of road funds to get some funds, let's say, very strong.
Thank you very much. I think that touches on the question that Sabine had also asked in the chat related to exogenous issues like procurement that affect availability of maintenance services. So then Arunjana is asking, could there be a role for MDBs? Yes.
Christina,
Joseph, you'd like to add it? Yes, please.
Yeah,
please
I want to add something on the maintenance aspect. as you know, in our network, we have a lot of road than airway or railway. And actually, in terms of maintenance, there is a thinking around moving from road to railway. Because with this heavy vehicle, we are seeing that a rapid deterioration of the road infrastructure. Maybe having this multimodal aspect linking from road to, or moving just from road to airway will help reduce the impact of this heavy vehicle in the road sector. So there is a thinking now around moving now from road to railway in terms of increasing the sustainability of the road sector, let's say.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks for that addition. And I think I'll jump back to Neji. What's your thinking about that? And what is I think you're not hearing me very well, Neji. Let me just increase my volume. I was saying maybe you can also weigh into what Joseph has said about this moving from roads and focusing more on railways. And then as you do that, you could also explain how AfDB is integrating country-specific diagnostics into urban and transport strategies. Please unmute yourself. Thank you.
Sorry. Yes, as you may know that, yes, in Africa we have low infrastructure in railways, and for freight, the airways is the most probably important mode because it's a high capacity of transportation. One train can probably replace 10 to 50 trucks. And as you can see, this is very important in terms of emission, etc. And the safety also is better in railways. The bank is now looking to invest. We have a lot of projects right now for the next year. We have in Algeria one project of 600 kilometers of railways. We are looking in Nigeria, the east part also. So I think the bank is aware about this shifting from lower modes to high capacity modes like railways. Even in urban areas, there is a lot of metros that are being implemented right now. We are in Abidjan, and we know that there is a big project of metro of Abidjan under construction right now, and this will help to reduce congestion on roads and eliminate a lot of small modes on roads. For the urban strategies, yes, the specificity of each city, not only the country, because in one country we have different specificity in terms of cities and urban areas. Yes, the diagnostic is taking in account all the specificities, and let's say the outputs are related to these different specificities, and we are cooperating with different partners in the city and the users and different people, different type of people, commercial, residential, and the gender part also. The IDEV is helping to get these urban strategies. For the transportation part, which is part of the urban strategies, we have also the master plans, or the transportation master plans, or the urban mobility plans for different cities, taking in account all the specificities. And you may know that the zoning in different cities are different, and the connection between all different zones, commercial, industrial, education, health, residential, etc. And some zones are mixed, so all different specificities are taken in account.
Thank you so much. One last question, and then Neji, I'll invite you to make a closing remark. So could there be a role for MDBs working together on certain aspects of mainstreaming, climate resilience, and gender considerations in the transport sector? So, for example, sharing knowledge of what the kinds of mainstreaming could look like, what works, what doesn't, common standards and best practices, etc. So what role could MDBs play?
Okay, so, my answer is very yes, because working in many projects, we are co-financing with different partners, with different MDBs, and we are working also. The bank is partner for many other, let's say, sub MDBs like SATP, like the European Union, EBRD, EIB, etc. So we are sharing all the different documents, and we participate with the United Nations Habitat in different activities for the urban housing and transportation, mobility, etc. So let's say the contact is very close, and we have different activities together every year. So we work together, and we want to deepen this working together for the future.
Okay, thank you. Joseph, I'll just ask you maybe in a minute. You were talking, I think earlier you were talking about issues of the gendered nature of transport systems. So what inclusion considerations will need to be made if a shift in a shift to railways based on what the evaluations have found out so far?
I think the issue of railway, actually, it came with the same issue we are facing in terms of road or in terms of road infrastructure. So this is why I'll give you an example. In Tanzania, well, this is the example of BTR. But let's say having railway is not having isolated infrastructure. What we need is something connected. You see, for instance, when you have a metro, for instance, when you have a metro, when the people leave the metro to go and use another transport mode, the issue of security remains. So we need to take all these aspects in consideration when you are designing this kind of intervention. You can leave the rail, and we need to take another transport mode. But between the railway and the other mode, the issue of security may be again, because maybe there is a direct connection from the railway and the new road mode the people will get. So bringing railway will also create some issue if there is not intermodality. Good. Thank you.
Thank you so
and
much.
Just
yes.
to add on the issue of working together, we need to know that in each country there is a working group on transport sector. So it's the way all development partners work together. So all the issue of not only infrastructure but also climate change, gender are considered during the discussion within the development partner at country level.
Great, thank you so much. Yeah, thank you. Thanks. I think now we are winding up. Time really runs very fast when you're having an interesting conversation. So I'm going to call on Neji. You have like 1.5 minutes to just give us like one last forward-looking remark with regard to all these issues and the connection between how evaluations can inform a climate-resilient transport sector in Africa. Over to you.
Thank you, Christine. I think many things are said in this meeting, and I think the question from the panel is very important, and I think that the bank is part of the MDBs in the world, and Africa needs to work with all different partners. Just a remark for the railway, and there is an integration of a new mode in our countries or cities must be integrated to other modes. So they must be complementary, and we need to look at the question of transfer, because we are not taking our trip from one point to one point with one mode, and we are transferring some points, and this question are taken in account for different projects. And for the climate change, I think the African people and countries now, they are very aware, because in our projects we push too much on this question, and even many countries, they don't have any strategies or any guidelines for this climate change things in design or in implementation. But right now we cannot do any project without this question. And I think time is over.
Time, yes.
I don't give us too much time.
Thank you. No, but I think it's a very nice, you brought out a very key issue about thinking about the, like holistic planning of transport mobility and transport infrastructure in the urban cities. So with that, I'd like to thank everyone. Thanks to the organizers, to the hosts. Thank you to the interpreters and the IDEV team that has been behind the scenes. And we welcome you to continue attending the online events at the E4CA Pavilion. Thank you and have a nice day. Goodbye.
Thank you, Christine. Thank you, Joseph. Thank you, team. And thank you, people in Belém, I think. Thank you very much.